It's time to see if Brock Purdy still cracks the top 5 of the best quarterbacks in the NFC now that Sam Darnold is a Super Bowl champion. What's up? Welcome to Huddle Up. We're your hosts, Grant Cohn, Brandon Deutsch, Mod Sports. Saturday morning. It's mid-February. Combine starts next week, and then the free agency's in a few weeks. So we have a little bit of a dead time. So we're going to rank NFC quarterbacks for fun. We're also going to talk about the worst contract currently on the Niners, the best contract currently on the Niners, and we're going to talk about our expectations for Richard Pearsall. Big year for Richard, the number one young player on the team. I would have to say I don't really consider Brock a young player. He's on a second contract. But first, there is news, and it's confusing. I think we all want Maj's take on this one. Maj, explain what this means. Maxx Crosby just bought a share of Leeds United. Maxx Crosby, the football player, there's a lot of speculation that the Niners are going to make a trade offer for him. The Niners own Leeds, the 49ers Enterprises, which is like the Niners plus Will Ferrell and other celebrities. It doesn't sound like I just want to make sure that Maj knows all the details right now. It doesn't sound like Maxx Crosby is part of 49ers Enterprises, but he is now a business partner with them because they both own this. He's a part owner of this team. Does that mean that what does that mean to you, Maj?
Give me that Maxx Crosby's coming to the 49ers. That's what it like. It's what it means. No, I don't really. I feel like maybe is Leeds like a very like open football club because I feel like they have a bunch of owners. Like I feel like it's not even just Maxx Crosby. There's like a bunch of other guys too.
Well, they're all through 49ers Enterprises. I think Will Ferrell is Russell Crowe. These are all investors in Leeds United, which is strange because they're such a bad team.
They are. I think they're getting relegated this year. I don't even think they're in the Prem. So I don't know. When I saw the news, I made a joking tweet saying that he's coming to the Niners. Do I think he is? No.
He posted that on Instagram and said, "Winners recognize winners." Yeah.
Well, I wanted to make a joke, but I think our fans would or your fans, Grant, would be pretty mad about it. But winners like winners
recognize losers. He's a Raider. Now he's investing in Leeds.
Exactly. Well, now he's investing in the Niners, who haven't won a Super Bowl in 30 years, right? So, I mean, I had to go there. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But
I think it's interesting, though, like this trend of athletes becoming owners. I mean, Brady did it. And we know that Brady and Maxx Crosby seem to have a huge falling out. That seems to be why Maxx Crosby's on the outs with the Raiders. Now it's like Maxx Crosby just became part owner alongside the 49ers, who were Brady's childhood favorite team. It kind of feels like it's a little bit like a shot at Brady too. Like I can do the same thing, and now I'm partners with the team that you freaking wish you were. You're with the Raiders. I'm with the Niners now. I don't know.
I think we'll go to the Niners. I do. I disagree with Mosh here. I think if there's a team that he gets traded to, it's either the Bears or the 49ers. I don't
think he's going to get traded, dude. This happens every offseason. I need to actually, dude, this happened last offseason. Oh, he's going to come to the Niners. I think he's a Raider. I think he's saying.
I think he's traded. I don't know if the Niners are going to be the team that get that.
He's got Raiders.
Have enough. He's at Raiders. Like they're trying to do some back channel stuff to get Maxx Crosby.
Dude, he has Raiders tattooed on his body, and when their new coach Kubiak came into the building, he was there at 5:30 in the morning. I don't think a guy that wants to get traded from a team is there at 5:30 in the morning. He's not getting traded.
I think he's going to work out 5:30 in the morning one way or another. I think that's just the kind of guy he is.
He's an all-time great.
Yeah, but why would he has a probably a gym in his house. Why would he not work out there? Why would he go to the Raiders facility to
Vegas?
No other. Facility. Does Fred Warner work out at the 49ers facility right now? No. Maxx Crosby works out of the Raiders one. I mean, he's staying with the Raiders. I'm telling you right now, he's not getting traded.
Staying with the Raiders.
He's getting traded for sure. I don't know if it's the 49ers.
This happens absolutely getting traded. This happens every offseason, dude. No. He's gonna stay with the Raiders.
Let me tell you two things. If the Raiders are smart, which that is a question. They haven't been a well-run org in like a bazillion years.
They're not smart.
If they're moving in the right direction, they should trade him.
Yeah.
They can get a lot in return for him, and they need to rebuild the roster. It's not like they're going to be competitive the next 2 years anyways.
No, they're not.
Yeah, I know they have 100 million cap space. It doesn't matter. The roster sucks. And the second thing is that I wanted to bring up, this kind of reminds me if he ends up a 49er, this kind of reminds me of the Kawhi Leonard aspiration situation with the Clippers. I don't know if you guys I know Grant probably knows about that. But for the people listening, Uncle Dennis, which was Kawhi's guy, who was helping. Let's just say they went about the cap situation a little weird. They got some extra money allegedly from this company, third party aspiration, which he never did a brand deal for, even though it claimed that. And it was basically the Clippers are in trouble for cap stuff. It kind of feels like this Leeds thing, like maybe they're giving Crosby, they gave him a deal so that he'd be more interested in forcing his way to the 49ers. I could see that, dude. I mean, he wants to win. He's never going to win with the Raiders, bro. If he goes to the 49ers, they're immediately Super Bowl contenders, even with how ass the rest of the roster is, depth-wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just think it's interesting. The fact that he's now an owner of a part owner of Leeds means that he did this deal with Al Guido, Parag Marate, the Yorks. Like he's in business with them. He's employed by the Raiders, but he's literally in business with the top people in the 49ers. That's super. I mean, is George Kittle in business with Al Guido like that? Is anyone on the 49ers in business with the Yorks like that? I mean, I think it's super interesting. It doesn't mean that he'll be on the Niners next year, but it seems like this is like some kind of a marriage that might be inevitable in the future. I don't know. It seems like it seems to me like the Niners are super eager in getting Maxx Crosby. Doesn't mean they can get him, but I think he's interested in joining with them. And we'll see if the Niners have enough. The trade package will probably be a first this year, a first next year, and Mac Jones. And I don't know that would get it done. Do the Raiders want Mac Jones? If they're going to draft Mendoza, would they even want Mac Jones? And if they don't want Mac Jones, who else do you throw in the deal? Ricky Pearsall? What's he worth? Really, like a 4th round pick? Maybe a 4th, 3rd? So I don't know. I don't know what the Niners could, unless they offer 3 first round picks, which I don't know that they would. I don't even know that would get it done.
Well, I think it's also like he's going to want to be traded somewhere where he wants to go, right? Like the problem is he's not getting traded to a team with picks in the top 15. You know what I mean? This is going to be, if it's 2 firsts, it's going to be late first round picks. It's going to be to a contender, whether it be, even the Lions are like the highest pick that he would get traded to.
He also said that he wants to go to the Lions.
Dallas.
I guess Dallas.
They got picks for Micah. They could take those picks and throw it over to the Raiders.
They don't have the balls to do that, to be honest. I don't think they would do that. I think they desperately they need those 2 picks because their defense is so bad. It's so atrocious. They need a DB, they need a linebacker, they need an edge rusher, and they only have 2 firsts, and then they don't have a 2nd, I believe, or 3rd. So I think they'll use both of those picks. I don't think they're going to trade them, at least this year. Crosby though, it's Lions, Bears, 49ers. If he gets traded, it's one of those teams. I don't think there's any other team, and I think the deal would be 2 firsts for the 49ers, and then I don't think it's Pearsall. I don't think they need a receiver as much as, they're going to draft one. I don't think they need, Jack Bash is fine. He's a good wide receiver too. Pete Carroll just is obsessed with Tyler Lockett. I don't know what he has against him, what dirt he has on Pete Carroll, but he was using Tyler Lockett like it was 20 years ago or 10 years ago, right? He didn't use any of his rookie receivers. They have some talent. I don't think it would be Pearsall. I think it would be someone like Marquise Siegel or somebody they'd ask for up. I know they'd ask
if they could trade 3 firsts for Trey Lance, why not trade 3 firsts for Maxx Crosby?
Well, I'm not opposed to it because Lynch is so bad with 1st and 2nd round picks. So the issue is then you're basically saying, okay, we need to win a Super Bowl with Brock Purdy making $50+ million a year and have huge cap restraints basically.
I feel like Maxx Crosby would have 20 sacks on the Niners, actually on a team where he gets to play with the lead. He's always on the worst team playing from behind. He's way better than Nick Bosa. I will bet. So good.
I'll bet you guys both $5 he doesn't come to the Niners, or I'll bet you $5 he stays with the Raiders.
I'll take that.
$5.
I want $5 from Maj. I need $5 from Maj from that one.
You do. I'll bet that he's not leaving.
He's absolutely
back and forth between Maxx Crosby.
Dude, there was an interview of Maxx Crosby. He's like, dude, this happens every offseason. There's a bunch of drama. Dude, I don't know. What makes you guys think he's going to leave the Raiders?
Because he wants to win. He's old, bro. He's starting to get old.
Because Tom Brady wants to get rid of him.
Both are true. Both are
Because
true.
Tom
He's
Brady
not a spring chicken anymore. He's in his prime. Like, look at Myles Garrett, dude. Myles Garrett should be requesting a fucking trade. Excuse my language.
I just think John Lynch is too much of
the
a.
Raiders should trade the number 1 pick that like Mendoza's set up to fail, and they should be getting as many picks as possible.
Well, he's gonna get. Yeah, I would say that, but Raiders fans would have you freaking sent to prison or death for that. But yeah, I mean, he's
they're
going to
suck until 2028 at the earliest.
Yeah, because the rest of the roster is not ready. I mean, their defense is literally just Maxx Crosby. If they're smart, they will trade Maxx Crosby for 2 picks so they can at least, if they take Mendoza, have multiple picks where they can build the rest of the defense and the O-line, right?
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's enough of Maxx Crosby. Let's rank the NFC quarterbacks and figure out where Brock Purdy stands. We're all going to have different rankings. You can go as far as you want. I have 10. You can do 3. You can do 5. Too. You can do 1 if that's all you got. But let's have Brandon go first, then Maj, then I'll go last.
Okay. Do we want to do – I'll start at 10, I guess. I'll do 10. I'll start – you want me to start at 10, right? Obviously, we're not going to start at 1.
I was going to start at 1.
Okay, I'll start at 1.
Actually, it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want.
Okay, I'll start. I think 1 we're all going to be in agreement. It's Matthew Stafford. I mean, you could argue the best quarterback. Best quarterback in the National Football League right now. Well, there's only one person on earth, and we all know his name, that would have Brock Purdy as the number 1 quarterback in the National Football League. 2, Caleb Williams. I think Caleb Williams has become an elite quarterback. I think next year he might win an MVP. I like what he can do. I think if we're talking pure talent, there's very few quarterbacks that can do what he does. Maybe that's controversial that he's second. 3rd, I do have Brock Purdy. I think Brock Purdy is better than Sam Darnold. I think he's better than Jordan Love. I think he's better than Jalen Hurts. I think he's better than Baker Mayfield. I will give Brock Purdy within Kyle's system credit where credit's due. If he was on the Jets, he'd be the worst quarterback in the league. But he's in Kyle's system, and he's a good anticipation thrower. I'll give him credit where credit's due. I think he's the 3rd best quarterback in the NFC. 4, Dak Prescott. 5, Jordan Love. 6, Jane Daniels. 7, Baker Mayfield. 8, Jalen Hurts. 9, Sam Darnold. 10, Jackson Darnold.
Sam Darnold at 9?
Dude, you can't tell me Sam Darnold's a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield, bro. Baker Mayfield has no defense. He is like nothing compared to what Sam Darnold. Darnold didn't do anything in the Super Bowl.
But
nothing.
Sam Darnold's a Super Bowl champion.
Who cares? Quarterbacks wins.
I mean, I would care,
stat, bro.
Hey, Brandon, he won a freaking Super Bowl.
Yeah, because his defense was like the Legion of Boom.
What's your list?
My list? I didn't come up with this. I think I got to go Matthew Stafford 1.
Okay.
I kind of like the Caleb Williams one. Just because I like when Caleb Williams played against the Niners this year, that guy has so much potential. If he just stops making those little dumb mistakes, he could be like top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. 3rd, I'll go Brock Purdy. My goat. You know, I gotta put Brock there. And then 4th, Brandon, who did you have at 4?
Dak. I mean, if we're talking regular season, Dak is like top 5.
That's why I can't put Dak 4. He's
good,
so
though, dude.
Yeah, he's good, but when it comes to the playoffs, he can't perform at all. He's terrible.
Would you rather have Dak Prescott or Brock Purdy?
Brock Purdy. Is that even a question?
I think it's a question. Imagine Dak
or I'll do
offense, bro.
Dude, this is actually more. I'll do Jordan Love. Actually, I don't know, man. 4, I'll do Jordan Love. And then it's because I wasn't prepared for this. And then 5, I'll put Sam Darnold. I'll do only top 5. I think you have to put Darnold top 5 just because he won a Super Bowl. Dude, when Jalen Hurts won the Super Bowl, everyone put him top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL, in the whole NFL. So I have to put Darnold.
I think it's fair. All right, let me do my list. I'll do my list. Okay, starting with Stafford, number 1, obvious MVP.
Okay.
2, I like you guys putting Caleb there, and I thought about it, and I feel like he's 1 year away. Like he might be like 9 months away, but I wouldn't do it just yet. He's a little young, and I think he needs to prove it again. So I'll put him at 3. My 2 is Brock. I'm just kidding. My number 2 is I'm gonna go with Dak, and here's why. I feel like he's proven it over a long period of time. He doesn't have Kyle Shanahan. He has Brian Schottenheimer. He doesn't have Christian McCaffrey. He has no run game. His defense sucks. His team sucks. When CeeDee Lamb went down, he didn't miss a beat. He's a really good quarterback. And if you put him on the Seahawks or the Bears or the Rams or the Niners, I think he win a Super Bowl. Maybe I'm wrong.
But Dak has had a good team before. He had freaking didn't he have Des Bryant, CeeDee Lamb in his rookie year? Dude, he's had a good team. He sucks. He can't win in the playoffs.
When they played against Green Bay, was his head coach, bro. Mike McCarthy was his head coach, dude.
Oh my God, dude! But when they played against the Green Bay Packers,
the Niners, they would win the Super Bowl.
When they played against the Green Bay Packers, they were the second seed. Green Bay was 7th, and Dak got. I was going to say a different word. He got D'd down. This guy couldn't do anything. He sucks.
Yeah, because
he's terrible.
He gave up 48 points. Dak did.
I mean, they can't.
He couldn't put up points.
He's the whole team. When he doesn't play, they lose. They can't do. He's the only reason they're competitive. That's the way I look at it with Dak, as opposed to Brock. I mean, they win when he goes down. So I'm just going to give it to Dak based on
how many playoff wins does Dak have in his whole career. That's what I'll say. That you can't put him two if he has 2 playoff.
I mean, how many playoff wins did Stafford have in Detroit? None.
What did you say?
0.
Exactly. And by the way, I'd have Mac Jones
his team
at 3rd
sucks.
on my list. By the way, Grant, I'd have Mac Jones at 3rd if he was the starter of the 49ers. I don't think there's much of a difference.
Well, that's why I don't have Purdy yet. So here, I got Stafford 1st, Dak 2nd, Caleb 3rd. I'm going to go Baker 4th. I feel like Baker was in the MVP running last year, and then I thought he got hurt and played through it. He doesn't miss games. He's a freaking savage. He's really good. 5, I would put Darnold, frankly. I mean, he just won the Super Bowl, and he's won 30 games in the last 2 years. He's still improving. The turnover thing is his issue, but he didn't have a turnover issue in the playoffs. Good player. In a great situation. I would put Love 6. I feel like Love could do what Darnold did on the Seahawks this year. I think Love can win a Super Bowl. 7, I'm going Goff. And the reason I haven't gone Purdy yet is because of injuries. Okay. Goff hasn't missed a game in 4 years. Love will miss a couple games a year. The next down, 8 and 9 for me, are Jaden Daniels and Brock Purdy. Those are 2 quarterbacks who are really good when healthy. But with Jaden Daniels, it's like you're a twig and you're going to get hurt a lot. And with Brock, you're not a twig, but you're little and you get hurt a lot. So I think availability is such a huge thing with all football players. I got to knock Jaden Daniels and Brock Purdy for the same thing. And then 10, I'm not going Jalen Hurts, man. I don't think anyone's scared of him anymore. I'm going Jackson Dart at 10. That's what I'm doing.
The concussion man himself.
Who wants Jalen Hurts as their quarterback in 2026? He won't run anymore.
Not even the Eagles. I mean,
he's not scary from the pocket. He doesn't throw on the run. Nah.
Grant, I like your list. I just think Dak at 2 is crazy. I can't.
I agree with Grant completely.
He hasn't
Dak being good. Dak is so.
Do you understand why I knocked Purdy though? It's just the
yes.
injury.
No, I understand that. It's just Dak hasn't yes, Dak is great in the regular season, but when it comes to the playoffs, he doesn't perform at all. And I don't give a shit if it's been the last couple years.
I'd love to see him on the Rams, though.
He's been in the NFL for 10 plus years, and he hasn't done shit. He hasn't won.
So Brock Purdy
let me get you Matthew
Super Bowl.
Stafford's playoff record with the Lions.
Yeah, and Brock Purdy outplayed Mahomes in the Super Bowl, bro, and lost. It's a team game. It's not Darnold did nothing in the Super Bowl and won.
Stafford was 0-3 with the Lions in the playoffs. In his whole
career. How many playoff games
he didn't win a playoff game until he was 33 years old on his second team. Matthew, and now he's unquestionably the best quarterback in the NFC. Unquestionably.
I only think Maj's playoff point comes into question when you have adequately and equal offensive coordinators or mine. So the reason why I disagree with Goff being that high is I think we saw him without Ben Johnson. He wasn't that good. And of course, Brock Purdy probably isn't that good without Kyle Shanahan. I still think Brock Purdy in the playoffs in the same system outdueled Goff, which is in a similar system because he had Ben Johnson for Goff and then better weapons, in my opinion, with Jameson Williams, who was great at that time. Amon-Ra.
The biggest thing, if Dak is second on this list, he's had 7 playoff games and has won 2. If he's second on this list, he should at least have 4 or 5 wins. He has 2 in 7 games, and he's been in the NFL for 10 plus years. He's great regular season. Great. Yeah, I know it's a team game, but still quarterbacks. If he's second on this list, he's that good of a quarterback. He should carry his team to win at some point. You guys put Brock in that category. You guys say Brock should carry the team. Brock has to carry the team. But when Dak doesn't carry the team, it's a team game.
Okay, let's put it like
Dak's
this.
thrown for 4,400 yards 4 times. He's thrown for 30 touchdowns.
It's a regular season.
4 times.
He's a regular season merchant. He's a regular season merchant.
I know U.S. is going to beat Canada tomorrow. It's okay. Let's come. I'll tell you this, though. If you put Dak Prescott on the Jets, he's solid. if you put Brock Purdy on the Jets, he's not.
No one's solid on the Jets. No one
Dak
is
would be
if
solid.
I mean, in the playoffs, Dak Prescott has 14 touchdown passes and 7 picks. Like, is it possible? Is it possible that his team, that the Cowboys have been pretty much a joke for the last 30 years? And again, like he missed time. When he goes down, the Cowboys lose. They just lose. When Purdy goes down, Niners don't
Nothing
lose.
changes.
Well, it's because we have a better backup quarterback. We have a better backup quarterback.
I think it's a system.
You're saying when Brock Purdy goes down, we win. When Brock Purdy went down last year and we had Allen come into the game, we lost, and then we finished 6-11.
When CeeDee Lamb went down this year, it's not like Dak Prescott fell off. I mean, he was really good this year.
They did fall off. They had a losing record. They had a losing record. They did fall off.
So we're just basing quarterbacks on their win. So in your opinion, Darnold is the best quarterback in the NFC because he won 30 games the last 2 years.
I thought Darnold. Well, you could put him up there. He won a freaking Super Bowl. If a quarterback wins a Super Bowl, they're top of the list. I don't give a shit. Yeah, Brandon, you can shake your head. He won a Super Bowl. Dude. Brock Purdy couldn't win a Super Bowl. Darnold did.
The defense was holding opponents to like 10 points, dude. The only team that could score.
I don't know.
I mean, the Rams.
Maj does have Dak has had some moments in the playoffs where it's like
I could see if Dak. I could see if Dak had
and
those.
He did have Kellen Moore as his play caller for a minute. I mean, Jalen Hurts won a Super Bowl with Kellen Moore. Now, Jalen Hurts had a much better team than Dak's ever had.
Yeah.
But still, like, Dak does have some of his warts. And Maj makes good points. And look, you guys both had Caleb Williams over him. I think that's pretty fair. Like, would the Bears be better with Dak? I don't know.
No. I think Caleb Williams, that guy's...
All right, how about this? Here's one way to rank a quarterback. Which quarterback would you want down for fourth quarter, 2 minutes left, one timeout? Like, bring the team down the field, score a touchdown. Would you? How many guys would you take over Brock in that situation? Because I feel like if Brock's healthy, that might be a guy that you would rank pretty high in that situation.
I like Brock. I don't want to get this twisted. I think Mac is also an elite quarterback in that system, but I think Brock Purdy on the 49ers with proven playoff wins is higher than Dak. I do agree. When he's healthy, he's great. I mean, he raises the ceiling of the 49ers more than Mac does. There's no question about it. The ceiling. Brock has played well in the playoffs, and I think he plays very well when you need a touchdown to go tie a game or win a game. He's done it in the Super Bowl. He did it last year. He's done it 1,000 times, which is why the only two quarterbacks I'd have in that scenario, Grant, higher than Brock is Caleb and Stafford, which is why Brock's third on my list. I think he's got balls. He's got moxie. You can't teach
I think
that.
Jaden Daniels has balls, has moxie. I think Jaden Daniels is a lot like that. He just missed 10 games this year, and his team was crap. But Purdy and Daniels are very similar to me. Guys who can look like MVPs for a month, but then it's like, can you really play a season in the NBA? Can you really play a full season in the NFL? I don't know.
It's a good point. It's a good point. Maybe I should have had Daniels higher. I like Daniels a lot.
It's hard to rank Daniels, though. He had one great season and one season where he played 7 games. Like, what do you really – how do you call him top 5?
But at least Brock can squat like 500 pounds. You know what I mean? Like, he has a bit better base. He has a better base with his legs.
But at least
like
Daniels
has flamingo legs. Yeah,
that's true, but he can see the field.
Legs. I don't know.
Brock has to run around so he can see the field. Brock has to hold the ball a long time.
Look, I'd rather have Jaden Daniels. Like, if you for the same price, yeah. I mean, or for a rookie contract.
I had Baker at 4. You guys didn't have Baker. I think Baker's really good. I don't know.
I just think Baker fell off this year.
No, he started. Every time I've seen him, I've been super impressed. Cannon.
Well, not that difficult to torch the 49ers defense, by the way, this past season. But yeah, he looked like the second coming of Christ.
He would have won the Super Bowl with Seattle this year. He would have won the Super Bowl.
I had him at 7. I had him above Darnold and behind Daniels at 7. I think it's fair. He also has trouble staying healthy.
How many quarterbacks wouldn't have won the Super Bowl with the Seahawks this year? Kyler would have found a way to mess it up. Jacoby Brissett might have won the Super Bowl with the Seahawks this year.
There's a few. I think if you go down the list, I can tell you right now. Let's look at QBR.
Jared Goff
Daniel
wins
Jones.
the Super Bowl. Does Jared Goff win a Super Bowl with the Seahawks this year, or is he just too much of a statue?
No. He chokes in the playoffs. Like that's where Mach's point comes into. Like Jared Goff has had Ben Johnson and still choked in the playoffs with all that. Jared Goff wouldn't have. Daniel Jones wouldn't have. CJ Stroud wouldn't have.
Love
I guess
would
you
have.
could say, yeah, Love would have. Nick's
although
would've.
He hasn't done shit.
Lawrence would have.
Yeah,
I think Lawrence would have. Baker would.
Yeah, I think Lawrence would have.
Lamar
would Purdy have won the Super Bowl with the Seahawks this year?
Yes, absolutely. With that line, dude, Purdy would be a killer with that line. With JSN in that line,
the only reason I hesitate is because we didn't see Purdy against the Rams this year. We saw Mac against the Rams.
Yeah, but Mac's better against the Rams because Mac gets the ball out quicker, and the Niners line gets decimated by good D lines, right? So Brock would have struggled probably against the Rams because he doesn't get the ball out quick enough.
All right, moving on. Ricky Pearsall seems to be one of the more interesting players on the Niners this year. The Niners don't really have many young players that you think have potential to be superstars. But I think Ricky's one of them. I mean, through the first month of the season, he was among the top 5 receivers in the league in yards. And week 1, I legit thought that he was better than JSN, who ended up being the offensive player of the year. So there are metrics that support how good Ricky Pearsall can be. Brandon, why don't you share those with the class, and then I'll ask the question for you guys is, what are your expectations for Ricky this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is we talked about this, Grant. It's kind of my one knock on Brock Purdy, bad against man coverage. And when you had Pearsall on the outside, he was top 5 in separation metrics with JSN, Devontae Adams, and a few other of these elite receivers. He's right there. If you look at catching the ball, his catch radius with no separation, he's also top 5. This is a guy who doesn't drop the ball ever. I just don't think he gets looks from Brock Purdy enough because Brock Purdy has laser vision on Jawan Jennings. I think he can be an elite receiver. I'm still in on Ricky Pearsall. I think it's about health. If he can find a way to stay healthy, I think he can absolutely be a top 5 receiver, not even a top 10. I think he has the potential to be a top 5 receiver. I do.
I think it comes down to Brock too. Brock needs to get on the ball. Brock's been so focused on Christian and Kittle and Jennings for years. What do you think, Josh?
But if you get him the ball, he's going to get injured.
Okay, that's fair. Is that your expectation that like they could try to feature him, they could do everything right? It's just that he doesn't have the body to be durable.
I don't really have expectations for Pearsall. I like Pearsall. It's just like stay healthy, dude. That's literally all I can say. I agree with Brian. Like the first, like, what was it, 2 weeks of the season, 3 weeks when Pearsall was cooking, like, dude, he was like top 10. Like, he looked like he could be a top 10 wide receiver. And then after that, it was just down the cliff.
I just feel like he's the kind of receiver that would really do well with a quarterback who had a cannon, because you don't really want him running like the quick slants and the digs over the middle. Like, he's just going to get hurt. I don't want him running into traffic. I want him one-on-one on the outside, because in that situation, I think he's tough to deal with. And you need a quarterback like prime Ben Roethlisberger who can dime him up 25 yards down the field, back shoulder, on near the sideline, like running all those kind of routes. And I really don't think that's Brock's game. Not to be a hater. Like, he's great with the digs over the middle. It's why he likes Kittle and Jennings so much. But if he had Justin Herbert or Matthew Stafford or Patrick Mahomes, I think he would have a better chance to stay healthy and put up big numbers on the outside. Also, probably needs to get away from the substation. If it's affecting anyone, is probably affecting Ricky. That guy didn't miss any time in college, and now his tendons are just, brittle.
I mean, he's a great TikToker right now. He's a great TikToker right now. I mean, his dances.
TikToking, it's a bad look.
He should stop the TikTok.
Grant, you should totally make a TikTok of you dancing like that. Oh my god!
I tried that dance. Little routine is difficult. I can't do it.
Yeah, Ricky's got a lot of motion. I commend him for doing that.
And dude, someone in your chat, Grant, someone in your chat just said, bro, he got shot. It's like, dude, when are we gonna drop the shot thing? That happened 2 years ago.
Dude, he came back quicker from getting shot than other injuries. That's not
exactly.
We're talking about what happened in 2025, where he kept getting hurt.
I think this is where I kind of disagree with you, Grant, on the like he has to have a quarterback like step, because Ayuk had a pretty good year with Brock a few years ago.
That's true.
And I think it's possible, because if you look at the tape of the route running between Ricky and Ayuk, there's not much of a difference. Like, Ricky's already a top 10 route runner. He's got moves. Like, I think
it's a great point. All I would say is that I think Ayuk would have been even better with a quarterback like Stafford or Herbert. But no,
I agree. I agree with you there. Like, Ayuk would have been better, and so would Ricky. But I don't think it's impossible for him to have similar success to Ayuk in 23. And remember, Ayuk never got fucking 10 targets in a game, dude. He's not that type of guy. He's skinny.
Nope.
Skinny. He would get murdered out there if he got 10 targets a game.
Well, he eventually did.
Well, yeah.
That's the end. I mean, his final play over the middle.
Well, he also didn't practice in training camp, so that was another thing why he got hurt. I mean, you look at the statistics. Guys that hold out and don't practice almost always get hurt within a few games of actually putting on pads. But again, I think he can absolutely be that. And I think that's enough to win a Super Bowl. Again, I think Brock should be a Super Bowl champion. Like, I think if they had just focused on the offensive line, it goes back to the drafting process. If we didn't have Spencer Burford, we would have won a Super Bowl, right? Like, we had somebody like Elijah Vera Tucker who they can go get in free agency. We would have won a Super Bowl, right? Like, I think it was enough. I think Ricky can be enough to be a wide receiver 1 on a Super Bowl team. I don't think he needs 10 targets, but I think if he gets 7 or 8 targets a game and averages 60 or 70 yards, touchdown a game, like that's what he can be. I truly think he can be.
Yeah, but to Maj's point, like, you can't just go into the season and be like, all right, well, he's going to take the next step and he's going to be our number 1 guy. Like Seattle in year 1 with JSN, he's never missed a game. First of all, in year 1, he started 3 games, had 93 targets. Year 2 starts 16 games, had 137 targets. So it went up and he still produced. They could go in and be like, all right, we're going to make him the offense this year. Our plan is to give him 160 targets and see if he can handle it. And he could. And he had proven that he could handle an increase in opportunities. Ricky, I mean, year 1, 46 targets. Year 2, 53 targets. So I don't think you can just go in and be like, we don't need Jawan. We don't need another receiver. We're just going to throw to Ricky 13 times a game. It'll be good. Like, nah. If that's your plan, the whole offense could fall apart.
We need Debo back.
They need Omar Cooper, who's basically young Debo. And that's another point to Grant's point right there. Like, Debo was still good in 2023. That helped Ayuk tremendously. Yeah. There's no Brandon Ayuk 2023 season. There's no Ricky Pearsall 2026 type of Brandon Ayuk season without a yards after catch guy that's in his prime. Right. Not old Debo Samuel. They need a younger version of Debo Samuel.
Yeah, why was he so good that year? Because even though he might have been their best receiver, he was probably 4th on the list of weapons that defenses were scared about. And then maybe that was their fault, but they were so concerned about Kittle, Debo, McCaffrey that Ayuk was just killing people 20 yards down the field one-on-one. A lot of good opportunities. I'm not saying he wouldn't have on other teams, but that's kind of what happened. And Ricky was benefit from the same situation.
He should have accepted that trade to the Patriots. He was stupid for declining that.
He really should have.
$32 million a year. $32 million.
What an idiot.
Brandon Ayuk has been making nothing but good decisions for the last couple of years. I'm surprised that one slipped through the cracks.
Yeah. He's so smart. Did you guys
he's going to go on your show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys see that thing of Ayuk? Did you guys see that thing of Ayuk holding
that was not
cream?
real.
It wasn't even Ayuk
not
though.
Real.
That wasn't Ayuk.
No,
it's AI, bro.
But it wasn't even Ayuk. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, what is he doing?" I'm like, "Dude, that does not even look remotely close to Ayuk." But okay.
You know what's sad? I wouldn't be shocked if he did that. So that's never a good sign.
No. Hey, real quick before we move on, you mentioned Omar Cooper Jr. I'm just getting into these prospects. I looked at the wide receivers for about a half an hour, and as soon as I saw Omar Cooper Jr., I was like, "Boom, that's the one." I think we all kind of see it. He was the Debo in that Indiana offense. You brought him up. Like, what do you like about Omar Cooper Jr. and like how realistic is it that the Niners should get him?
I think it's very realistic. I think the first thing is I would prefer Mekhi Lemon, but they're just not going to get him. Mekhi's going top 15. I think Cooper's an even better fit for their system. He's bigger. He can be used at running back. He can be used on the outside in the slot. I mean, he screams vintage. He's a great blocker, proven probably the best blocking wide receiver in the draft, by the way. And if you look at it, his grade versus man coverage, right? I can bring it up right now. His receiving grade in general is like 85, right? But like the toe tap was crazy that he had.
Against Penn State,
against Penn State. Like, this is a guy who, and I have it right here. His PFF
this is a guy though. Grant, I saw your TikTok, Grant. You said that this is a second round guy. I have a feeling he could sneak into the first round.
No, he's
the reason I said that is I don't think Daniel Jeremiah had him in his top 50, but then I'm looking everywhere else and that people seem to have him as like late first. So maybe I'm wrong on that one.
Everyone's starting to come around on it. I was saying it months ago. A lot of people were saying it months ago. That this is a guy that's going to end up being the 26th or 27th overall pick to either Buffalo or the Niners.
Well, I would be 40 in a week will determine that largely, but we'll see.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that, this is a guy that the Niners, I mean, Kyle is going to fall in love with this guy. He's going to want him at 27 if he's available. Casey Concepcion, the problem is, Maj, is he has stone hands. He's great yards after catch, but another thing is, what did we just talk about? What's Ricky's big problem? Skinny. What's Casey Concepcion? Skinny. You know, is he a
Yeah.
better
Do you want
separator than Omar Cooper?
two skinny wide receivers? I'm not sure you do.
Fuck no. No.
Also,
I'd rather
like
have Omar Cooper.
the scary thing about the gadget guy with stone hands, that's Sky Moore. And we just saw that in this offense. Like, there's not much you can do with the guy other than put him at punt returner if he's going to drop every pass. They didn't even try to get him involved in the offense. So I can see Casey Concepcion being a little bit like Sky Moore as opposed to Debo.
I don't think he's a good fit either because he's a downfield threat, and we don't have a quarterback that can just throw 70 yards on a dot. You know what I mean? Like, he'd be good on the Chargers, Casey Concepcion. Like, he's not good. He's not going to be good on the 49ers, what people think he can be. He might be okay. Be a great punt returner. I'm not taking a fucking punt returner in round 1, bro. Like, you have Sky Moore.
Are you taking wide receiver round 1?
At this point, I mean, I made a stream yesterday. You could tell me, you can grade this. My prediction for the 49ers in free agency is they don't go after anybody big, and they get Elijah Vera Tucker. They give him $64 million over 3 years to play guard alongside Pooney. They get Boy Maffa for some edge help, Joey Bosa to appease Nick, and then Romeo Dobbs, I think, is who they go after.
If they don't get a top level left guard in free agency, I'm gonna be really concerned about this team.
Well, that's
the fact that they already extended Nick Zakelj is a bad sign to me.
Dude, that Nick Zakelj guy doesn't even play.
No.
Yeah, but you need depth. So I don't hate it. But like Elijah Vera Tucker, he's from the Bay Area. He's from Oakland.
Yeah,
so
he went to my high school, but he didn't play last year.
But I'd rather have him. Oh, then he fits us perfectly.
Yeah,
in
perfect.
that case,
just get him next to that substation. That'd be good.
In that scenario, I would take receiver 1 if they sign a guard, because you're not going to need a guard in round 1 if you sign one, right? Like, so I'd rather take Omar Cooper Jr. I'd take 2 wide receivers. I think this is the year they'll take 2 wide receivers in this draft. I would take Cooper round 1.
The reason they're losing to the Seahawks isn't because of their weapons. I think it's primarily because they're getting destroyed in the trenches. They can't block Leonard Williams or Byron Murphy or any of those edge guys. So before they spend a first-round pick on a wide receiver, they better sign a starting offensive lineman. If they do that, then by all means.
I agree. Well, it's either Omar Cooper. I'd still be cool with, even if the free agency goes how I projected, 2 edge rushers, right, in that scenario with Boy Maffa already alongside Keon White, Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, Michael, and those guys. In that scenario, I'd still be cool taking Lee Hunter too from Texas Tech, because I think D tackle is still a little weak. Like Alfred Collins and CJ West are really good against the run, but I think Lee Hunter
and
is just
Williams.
a mauler. Well, yeah, Michael's an edge, though, but yeah, he's good against the run. Lee Hunter could come in there, and I think you wouldn't be able to run on the 49ers all year. I think that helps them. I don't know. I'd be fine going round 1, Lee Hunter, and round 2, Zach Branch, who's good against man coverage and kind of similar to Casey Concepcion, but he's skinny too. You go Chris Bell, but he has a torn ACL. Chris Bell can play the Debo role. He fits right in.
Did it occur to any of you guys that Robert Saleh probably made most of the picks on defense last year, and he signed a bunch of guys who were good on run defense and like good players who would make an instant impact but don't necessarily have like a lot of high upside, and now he's gone? Did that occur to anyone?
All I know is I'd let Raheem cook, because Raheem knows how to get sacks on the quarterback and force turnovers as a DC. So like I would let him pick the defense.
If they're going to go defense, they need to get a pass rusher. No one of these run defenders or someone who intercepts passes, like one of the 2 things, because the Niners have good run defenders at like all 3 levels of the defense. They drafted a nickelback last year who's a great run defender. It's like cool. But like big plays, turnovers, are you guys going to ever do that? Because it's been like 2 years.
They could go Emmanuel McNeil Warren. Watch out for him, Grant, in the combine. That guy's good, and that guy's a ball hawk.
Great. Don't pass up the best player available to reach for some guy that you think you need, man. Because you have needs everywhere. Too Much Sauce says, how tall is Brock really? I've heard 5'11" to 6'2". He's about the same height as me, which is a little bit over 6 feet. I call myself 6'1". Yeah. Steve Lewis says, how much would you pay Ayuk for a stream? 100K. But now I might have to up it up. I might have to up it to 200K because I haven't heard from him. But I feel like if he walked away from 120 million from the Niners, I don't know if 100K is going to get it done.
Grant, if that actually happened, if Ayuk actually hopped on the stream, oh my god, that'd be like Brandon just said, generational stream. Like that would be
generational. Brandon, if you're watching, come on, man, it would be cool. What am I gonna do? Ask you? Okay, I might ask you some questions, but you're
one of his bigger supporters. You know what I mean? Comparatively,
always
to like other. Yeah, so like I don't know.
All right, let's talk business. Entering this year, in your opinion, what is the worst contract on the 49ers, the one that is the most problematic, and why? Because I have one, and it's not who you think.
Grant, I have a feeling I think I know who. Like
he's gonna say McCaffrey, but like I have a feeling he's gonna say McCaffrey.
No hints. What do you guys think?
I don't know. You could put a lot
of. I mean, there's two contracts that are extremely problematic when it comes to the cap situation. One is less controversial than the other.
I think actually, worst contract is Kyle Juszczyk because he doesn't do anything.
No. He's free though. He's basically
no, but it probably
make any money.
Much for him.
I mean, Bosa.
Okay, that's something.
I don't like saying
that's the guy I was going toward is Bosa. Let me just point out Bosa real quick. $42 million cap hit this year. That's the second highest among all non-quarterbacks. That's 13.9% of the 49ers cap space on Bosa, who's coming off his third ACL and probably will miss the entire offseason and is making TikToks about coffee and haircuts. And you don't know when he's coming back. And you don't know what he's going to be. I can't imagine he'll be the player he was 4 years ago off his third ACL tear.
Dude, what's with everyone on the Niners making TikToks?
He's the 13th highest paid player in football this year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All positions. I mean, 13th. Disgusting. There's no way he lives up to that. That's terrible. That one.
That's bad.
I would agree that that's a bad contract, but to me, it's third. It's probably third or fourth. I think there's two obvious one. Again, one less controversial than the other. And you're going to get a lot of comments for the second one. I think we all know who the second one is. But the first one's Luke Farrell. I mean, like, dude,
that's so bad.
They gave this guy like $27 million over 3 years, and he can't fucking block. And they literally got him to block. And they don't run 12 personnel either, which is probably where he's best utilized. And they still don't run that shit, even though they signed him, which is like crazy. That seems like when Grant talks about like the Kyle John disconnect, that seems like that's a big disc, because I think John wanted to run more 12 personnel and guys up top wanted. That's why they signed Farrell and why they implemented Tonjes. But
Didn't
then
it seem like everyone they brought in on offense last year, with the exception of Mac Jones, like Kyle Shanahan had no interest in him.
No, and Jordan I think some of these guys Jordan are good.
James, Luke Farrell, Kyle's like, I didn't want him.
Dude, I saw Jordan James 40 time because he reposted it on his story. He had like a 4.5, right? 4.5, dude. Like he's fast.
I want to see what Jordan James looks like before the Niners draft another running back. He looked good.
Well, they're going to draft
one playoff game. I know
they're going to
not play him and not play him.
Yeah, of course. It's going to be some guy that's like 4 rounds too early too. Like it's going to be Jaden Ott, who had like a 42 PFF grade at Oklahoma last year and didn't do anything, and they'll draft him in round 2 or 3.
My conspiracy theory is that Kyle's been stripped of player personnel duties last year, which is why he went full old guys on his offense last year, and which is why he's going to Saudi Arabia this year, because he's just not involved anymore. Ever since he gave all that money to Brandon Ayuk, my conspiracy theory that I can't prove is that he's been extricated from the player acquisition process. You're done. You're done.
Yeah, I agree.
You're fired.
I agree.
That's what
I agree. And the second contract is Brock Purdy. I don't give a shit about the cap increasing. When a quarterback makes $50+ million a year, there are cap constraints on the rest of the roster. There's no way around it. The 49ers could take risks and have no picks and be fine and end up in the Super Bowl. When he was on a rookie contract, they could fuck up and give Javon Hargrave all that money and do all this shit, right? Now, since he's making $50+ million, you have to ace every single draft pick. The Seattle won a Super Bowl. Darnold's only making $30 million. Philadelphia won a Super Bowl with a $50+ million quarterback, and so did the Chiefs. But they aced every pick for that to happen, right? Like McDuffie for the Chiefs and Leo Chanel, right? And then Nick Bolton they had when he was still good. Like they aced picks, right? For the Seahawks, they aced Nick Cross. They aced all these guys, right? Philly, they aced every single pick. I don't trust John Lynch to ace these picks. So I'm going to tell you right now, Brock Purdy contract is going to become extremely problematic, even with the cap increase, unless John Lynch can all of a sudden pick a rabbit out of his hat and start dominating in the draft.
Yeah, you're right. The only reason I didn't go with Brock though is because it's like it hasn't gotten there yet. And you said you said it's going to get there by 2028. His cap number will be 57 million, which is crazy. But right now it's 24, which isn't even top 2 on the Niners. Bosa's 1, and number 2 is Trent Williams at 38.8%, 38.8 million, which is 12.8 12.5% of the Niners cap space. Again, that's quarterback money for a left tackle who's 38 and diminishing and won't play 17 games. Will not. Those are the big problems for 2026, in my opinion. You're spending way too much on those two players, acting like, 4 years ago they were worth it, but now neither one is the best at their position. I don't even know if either one's top 5 at their position.
That's why they should get Markel Bell too from Miami. He's 6'9" guy. He's a big bodied, like developmental tackle. They should take him in like round 2 or 3 so he can like sit behind Trent and actually learn, because they need to get that Trent replacement quick. McKivitz has been
get
great.
That Nick Bosa replacement too, and his name is Maximilian Crosby Crosberton.
We didn't even bring this up. Why not 1 first-round pick in Nick Bosa for Maxx Crosby?
I have a question. I have a quiz for you guys. C.J. Stroud is a famous NFL quarterback. What is his full name?
Without looking it up, I have no fucking
Without looking
idea.
it up. His first name is Coleridge.
Coleridge?
His middle name is Bernard. His name is Coleridge Bernard Stroud the Fourth. Did you know that?
What a fucking name.
Where's the J come from then in the CJ?
Junior, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool.
Also, Jr. Ricky Pearsall is Richard Pearsall Jr. Did you know that?
No.
Dick Pearsall.
Dick Pearsall the second.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. We're going to start calling him Dick Pearsall now.
I think he needs to change. I think he needs a rebrand. He goes by Slick Rick. I don't think that's the right one for him, because here's the thing about Slick Rick. Slick Rick was not white. I think he should be Vanilla Ice. He looks like Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
If he embraced
his name should be
Slick Dick.
No, I don't know about that.
Or his name should be Grant Cohn.
How about he goes by Grant Cohn and I'll go by Ricky Pearsall? We'll just do a straight up Freaky Friday switch, and then I have to play. But then I have to play football in the NFL. I don't want to do that. I'll tell you right now.
You'd have his body. You'd have his body though.
Grant, what would be your first down?
Dude, I have his face. Are you kidding? I just don't have to.
Grant,
you're stronger than him, probably.
I'm on.
Grant, what would be your first down celebration? If you got a first down, what's your celebration?
I would do the dance that I would learn the dance. I would have to learn the dance.
Not the puka dance with Aiden Ross.
I think he should come out with like the full Vanilla Ice haircut with like the different little cuts in, and he should do the dance. I think he should do the whole dance. He should go by Rob Van Winkle. That's his name from now on. Maj doesn't know who Vanilla Ice is, and I'm not sure Brandon.
Yes, I do. Vanilla Ice.
I know who Vanilla Ice is.
Come on.
Okay.
Come
on.
I
One of the greatest one-hit wonders of all time.
13 going on 30 was a pivotal part of my childhood. This is my era of childhood.
When Ice Ice Baby comes on. I mean, that's a great song.
All right, stop. I know that song. Don't worry.
Dude, he was on the HGTV network, remember? Like he was doing some shit for like HGTV.
Oh yeah. Well, late career Vanilla Ice, I can't co-sign. But early career Vanilla Ice, no.
Okay, you know why I believe
that one song?
Pearsall? You know why? One last thing on this.
What?
Steve Smith likes him. And Steve Smith is like really good at evaluating receivers.
True.
So if Steve Smith likes you, if he likes you, you're probably good, which tells me it's
also
a
Lad
49ers problem. Yeah, and he's obviously really good. So, I mean, I think it's a 49ers issue. He's respected around the league as this guy. DBs know that he can cook them, yet he's not getting the damn ball.
I feel kind of personally responsible for people thinking that Ricky Pearsall isn't tough because I pointed out that he was shooting jumpers. I feel like that's my fault.
Well, you're just pointing out what's going on.
Because he
wasn't allowed to play.
He had a PCL injury. I know a lot of players who don't play through PCL injuries. I mean, Christian McCaffrey went on IR with a PCL injury in 2024. Ricky was playing freaking basketball with a PCL injury. God love him. Yeah. Football, not so much.
God bless Dick Pearsall. I gotta say.
Thank you so much for that. All right, what's the best contract on the 49ers at this current juncture, fellas?
That's a tougher one, considering they have very few good contracts.
Isn't that a problem?
I probably said, this is a hotter take because they just paid him. I'd probably say because he's so consistent and truly a top 10 corner in my eyes. I think it's Diamador Lenore, honestly. I think that was a great contract they gave out. Or Colton McKivitz. Colton McKivitz, low key, has become like this really reliable, at least in pass protection, tackle, right? Or like run protection. And he ranked 61st on the 100 best players. He's only making like what, 10 million a year, 15 max.
His cap hit this year is 5.8 million. So
dude,
this year he's real affordable. And Lenore's at 8.8 million. I like both of those calls.
Yeah.
It's funny though, Grant, you say what's the best contract? I think it's actually kind of hard to think about it. That's not good. It's not
Brendel.
It's not
ideal
because all of their guys are overpaid. All of their guys are overpaid.
Rookie contract.
Yeah.
Stout rookie
the
contract.
only guy, I mean, there's one more that you guys are missing that it's very obvious. Arguably the best contract.
Fred Warner.
Fred Warner?
No. McCorkle.
Oh, yeah.
McCorkle. His cap number this year is 3.9 million. 3.9 million for a guy who could conceivably, win playoff games for you.
Oh, yeah.
McCorkle.
Yeah, it's very true.
I forgot. I thought we were talking starters. Yeah.
Mac Jones is a starter.
I wouldn't trade Mac. I would hold on to that.
I would.
What
they have no depth.
Trade Brock.
Well, I would trade Brock, but I'm not the GM. 49ers fans would hate me. I'd trade Brock in a heartbeat. No one would want him for his contract.
And you take on like a $100 million dead cap hit this year. And he has a no trade clause. I'm so glad the Niners gave that out. That was great. Smart move.
The Niners front office has become soft, bro. The only reason why they paid Brock without much like backlash, they would have tried to stick it to him and give him 40 million or 45. But the fans like treat Brock like he's freaking Steph Curry and they love him. So the 49ers got soft and were like, oh, we can't really play games with Brock Purdy because the fans will get because there's like this cult of like Brock Purdy truthers that are out there.
What I heard is that the Niners, like their initial offer was like pretty low, like in the 30s, and Brock never changed his asking price. He just was like, this is what I want. And the Niners were like, how about 37? He was like, I want 53. And they were like, how about 42? And he was like, I want 53. And they were like, how about 47? And he just waited. And they were like, all right, here's 53. That's what I heard.
Good for Brock. If I was the front office, I'd be like, you're getting 35 million. If you don't want it, let's go tell your agent to ask around the league who would give you more than 35 million. No one would say. No one.
I don't think anyone would. Yes. I think Tennessee flirted with the idea of it, but then they were like, "Why do that? Why do that when we can just draft Cam Ward? Like, why?"
Exactly. So then what is he going to do? Sit out? Cool. Then Mac plays the entire year, and it shows you're not that important, right? To make 50 plus.
The Niners had leverage and they gave it away,
dude. Their front office
they could play hardball with Brandon Ayuk.
They're the worst right now. Their front office is making so many bad decisions. I remember when it used to be hard nosed. Like they got rid of guys if they didn't like you, like right away. They were just like brutal businessmen. Now they're soft. Everyone gets money. Oh, let's give you a raise, Christian McCaffrey. Let's give you a raise, Trent Williams.
Oh, you want an extension with 2 years left on your deal? How many times do they do that? They did that with Christian and with Trent. You have 2 years left on your deal and you want an extension. Okay.
Not a serious front office. The Rams wouldn't do that shit. You think they're going to give Puka an extension this offseason? Fuck no. They're going to wait till his 5th year.
Yeah, Puka's been erratic enough that they probably will wait. All right, guys. Hold on. Let's get Maj back on the screen. Let's do some Olympic hockey prize picks.
Oh, yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Let's go. Greg, do you know any of these guys like Uri Slavkovsky?
Yeah, dude, all these guys. Connor McDavid.
Do McDavid more. It's freaking gold medal game. My goat McDavid is gonna pop off.
What do you mean he chokes in big games?
Why shut up, Brandon. Buddy, the Four Nations last year, biggest game McDavid scored.
Draisaitl.
Scroll down a little bit. I want you to look at Austin Matthews' face. Look at that. What a loser.
Yeah.
What a loser.
Talk about choker. He is a choker. I would not.
Yes.
I would take the guy who's the biggest and who's won 2 Stanley Cups and who's plays well in big moments. That's Matthew.
Who's
that?
He's ass.
This guy?
Yeah. What do you mean he's ass, bro? No, not Austin Matthews.
Not Austin Matthews. He's saying Matthew Tkachuk.
Jack Hughes dated Tate McRae, so I'm kind of with.
How about Macklin Celebrini? 4.5 shots.
Celebrini shot on goals. I think he had like 7 on. So you should do. Let me see. Like, does it show how many he had last game? I don't even know if it does that.
It doesn't. But I'm a big Macklin Celebrini fan. Never seen him play, but I've heard.
By the way,
him.
Did you see that list? Isaac Guerrero was 10th on the top 25 players.
Yeah, I saw that.
Our top 10 under 25. Isaac Guerrero, bro. He hasn't played a snap in a year and a half.
Yeah, but
Brandon Podziemski was 3rd.
Who is this? Oh, Ryan Garcia? More.
Ryan Garcia, 108.5 total punches landed against Mario
More.
Barrios.
That's a lot, dude.
I don't even know.
I don't know.
Dude, Ryan Garcia, I'm saying less, man. That guy's a
What about the NBA? There's some good NBA games today.
All right, what about the NBA? All right, NBA. Let's see. What we got today?
Got Cade Cunningham,
Kevin Durant. Oh my God.
On the burner.
Look at him. He's on his phone.
That's hilarious, dude.
Prize Picks actually is the best.
I like more, bro. I like more.
More.
He's kind of balling right now.
What do you guys think of the Kevin Durant burner gate?
Dude, what an idiot, dude. What an idiot. Like,
well, hold on. There's no evidence that is 100% his burner.
Okay, but if it's 100% him, that guy's such an idiot, dude.
Yeah, he called his teammate retarded, bro. That's crazy. That's wild.
He didn't deny it. And then he fired a bunch of people in his company today.
Did you see, even at the All-Star game when he was getting exposed, he was on his phone on the court because he's just trying to
it's absolutely his burner. What a moron, talking to random fans and calling his teammates retarded and saying
how do you
he said Steve Kerr hates black people, bro. On the he did name his son Nicholas though.
That guy's just such an idiot.
It's just from a Bay Area perspective, he was out here for a few years. They won championships. He was such a sour puss the whole time. The Bay loved him, but he was competing with Steph, and it wasn't his team, and he needed to be acknowledged for being better than Steph, and then he left, and it's like, good riddance, man. Every single team that he's left, I feel like, is happy when he leaves. And this is going to be his legacy. He is one of the greatest basketball players of all time, but no fan base claims him. No one has an emotional attachment to him. And when people talk about like why he isn't in like the GOAT conversation is because of stuff like this.
Yeah, I agree.
Bad teammate, not a leader.
Zero real rings because he joined.
Zero real rings. So Kevin Durant on the phone. Those are our picks. We're gonna flex it and we're gonna submit it. Download Prize Picks today. Play $5, get $50 instantly in lineups when you use promo code COHN. That's Cohn. All right, guys, it's time for me to go do a 90-minute High Rocks workout because you know how I do. I just have the body of an NFL player.
Crazy,
you know, this six pack isn't gonna take care.
Can Pearsall actually put on 20 pounds? Like, can we actually force him to do? Can we shame him to do that? Can we bully him a little bit?
20. I don't think you want him to have 20. Then he would lose probably all. He wouldn't get hurt.
He wouldn't get hurt. Okay, 10 or 15. Lamar had to gain like 20 pounds at quarterback to not get hurt.
Yeah. What if I challenge Ricky Pearsall to an off-season lifting contest to see who can
win
more, like a body transformation contest? Who can pack on more pounds?
You guys should become best friends. I'm sure he actually like really likes you. I don't know your rapport in the locker room with him, but he's
one of the players I actually have a rapport with. He's cool and he has like a good dry sense of humor. I like the players that have a sense of humor. Mac Jones, Diamador Lenore.
Mac Jones.
Diamador Lenore is actually hilarious, and I don't think people give him enough credit.
Mac Jones is a great laugh. Mac Jones has a great laugh. That's what I love about Mac Jones. He has a great laugh.
Like I
think Lenore should be the captain. I think Lenore should be captain. Lenore.
He is captain.
Absolutely. No. Although he needs to stop saying stuff that like we would have won if we were healthy. Like that's
that was bad.
That's bad. That's a bad look.
That wasn't the good one.
Yeah, that was bad.
All right, it's time for me to go lift weights, guys. Lifting.
Go Canada.
It's a very important thing. That's what I do most of my hours.
Go Canada tomorrow. Let's go, baby. Give us that goal.
Pick up that Mama's Boy pizza after.
Give us that
goal. Post lift
after the workout. See you guys.
See ya.